Greetings, minions, survivalists, and fellow gamers. This is Silverblade playing 7 Days to Die, Alpha 16.4. This is episode 182. How you doing? So, during the night, I want to get those batteries charged because for some reason they didn't charge up while I was gone out to that other town. So I hooked up the generator to the battery banks, and that charged up about that much. It really didn't seem to help, but I need to figure out what's going on with this because the solar panels should be charging, and they look like they are. Also, if you hear a little extra hum in the background, my end, I got my fan on my computer because it was pretty roasty in here, and it's to try to keep it down a little bit. So all these are good. Okay, they're all charging now. In here I'm making a few goodies. I'm waiting for that last pickaxe, and then we'll be going on to town, or not to town, but going out for a little bit. Yesterday I posed a little challenge for you to figure out what was different between that episode and this episode and in past episodes. Well, I don't know if you had found this out or not, but look at the frames per second counter. Dramatically different. In fact, this here I'm getting a 95, 97, and that's recording. When I'm not recording, you can easily add another 20 frames per second to that counter. The reason why is Pamela and Leo Goodman had sent me a GTX 1080 through the mail, and I got it and I plugged it into my computer. Now, here's the thing. Back in December and January, I had a 1080 Ti, which is like a step above the 1080. Brand new. I paid $769 for it. I was using it for gaming, but also for Bitcoin mining. And I did benchmark tests on it, and it seemed like it was pretty good. But I didn't have anything to exactly compare it to with my particular setup. See, if I had a 1080 Ti and a 1080 and then compared the two, I could see something was off. And something was off. I just didn't know it, because you can't compare your benchmark results with someone online, you know, their videos or something like that. If you watch other channels that give benchmarks like that, you can't really do that when you consider the other internals in your computer can affect that. So I thought something was wrong with the game, and there is some, you know, unoptimized parts of the game that lead to a lowered frame rate, where other games, which are much more intricate, have a higher frame rate. Well, anyways, cut a long story short, my old card, the 1080 Ti, the one that I got brand new, that wasn't performing as well as it should. In fact, that's what I think led to it being defective. I wasn't getting frame rates that was adequate for making videos for gaming. It was passable, but it wasn't the peak performance I could get out of it. So this card that Pamela and Leo had sent me, which thank you by the way, Pam and Leo, they sent me a 1080 Ti or 1080, and it's actually performing better than the Ti that I had. That shouldn't be happening unless the card that I had was somehow defective, and I think it probably was. Anywho, my 760 that I've been using since I built my new computer back 2 years ago, definitely showing its age, but it performed admirably, and it wasn't getting nearly as good as frame rates as this. We were sitting on like what, 20 to 30 sometimes. 30 like if I was looking straight up sometimes. but with this I'm getting 40 solidly. In certain areas I would get 60 and 70. Now the thing is, I'm going to change the settings. We're going to go with a VSync on, because I don't know if it's going to be doing any graphical tearing like it was, well, like the TI was when I first demoed that and made videos after that. But we'll turn this stuff up. Go with ultra that, but I want the grass minimized. Let's see. That should be good for now. And take a second here. Now I'll get some lower frame rates, I think, and I might have to tweak this a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely low frame rates right there. Let's go change this a little bit, because I want to make this look good, but not stress my computer too much. Actually, probably leave those at, probably turn that off and see how that works. Okay, that didn't do it. Yeah, we'll go with high, and we'll go with near. Try that. Okay, so it's not the best. I think I'll probably just go with what I had. I think that was high, that was low, low. Yeah, I'll go middle. I want to see if that's going to have any effect on it. Okay, that brings it roughly back to where we were. So this is like the average for my 760, which isn't terrible, but definitely not peak. But yeah, I got the new video card. It was Pam and Leo basically just gave it to me, and I definitely appreciate it. So I'm dedicating this episode to Pam and Leo, because it was just freaking awesome. It really was. So anyways, now we got that out of the way. You might want to keep an eye on the frame rates from time to time to see how performance is. Oh. I might end up just changing it back to the lower settings that I had. But for right now, we need to get some materials. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak this back. Oh, wait, did I have that? Yeah, it's going to have some impact on it. Come on, here we go. See, I like fiddling with things, but some things I wonder about. So VSync, I wonder if turning that, come on, work with me here. There we go. I wonder if some of these affect There we go. See, now we're getting higher frame rates, but I don't know if I'm getting graphical tearing, and that's the thing I do not want to have happen. It's not bad, but it looks bad. And I do have things set on my video card to kind of avoid graphical tearing, by like having adaptive VSync on and stuff like that. But we'll see, because I mean, look at that. I'm getting higher rates. I need to get near 60 for it to be just the sweet zone, you know. So I'll have to experiment a little bit. Definitely not digging that stuff. Yeah, I need to change this. I'm gonna go with Ultra. Screw it. Might take a second for it to level out too. Where did I go? Alright, so we're getting pretty good there. Just a lot of inconsistencies, but that's just because the game is not optimized. They say it's optimized, but it's not. And also remember that, for me, recording, that puts at least 20 FPS kind of limit on, you know, stroke. A 20 FPS reduction, because if I play this single player, or you know, off camera and without the without OBS running, it's actually a lot better. But in any case, I wouldn't get this good quality with my old card. So it is what it is. And one thing about it is, you know, right now it's running about 66 degrees Celsius, whereas my old card be running about 80 degrees Celsius, and that was at a thermal limit to keep it from burning up. It would start throttling. So this here has got more memory, and it's the same blower style. It's a blower type fan on it, you know, like a reference card type thing. And that's kind of a mixed bag with that too, because, oh yeah, there we go. A blower style fan takes the cool air in the case, blows it across the memory and the processor for the video card, and then out the back. A fan style computer, a fan style cooler takes the case, takes everything in the case and then blows it back into the case. It makes it generally cooler, but you get a gradual like heat buildup. Whereas with the blower, it runs cooler internally to the, you know, the computer case. Whoops, it'll run cooler internally, but it's louder. It'll definitely blow it right out the back, and it creates a lot of heat. And that's what my old video card was, the 760. Oh, you moved too just last second. There we go. Splitty head. Whoa, hey. That was kind of shocker. Did not expect to see you there. The nice thing about this card is it's the same cooler as my old one, but it runs cooler than my old other one. So it's kind of like a good. I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm kind of babbling, I know. It's kind of like chewing bubble gum and walking at the same time. I'm not too good at that. Needless to say, I am extremely happy. I'm really glad because one, you know, I was doing Bitcoin mining with my old card, my 760, and that helps me. And with the new one, I'm doing, but only like just a few hours a day because it's summertime. It gets, you know, I don't want to heat up everything and or ruin the card, so I only do it just for a few hours during the day. Wintertime I'll probably do it a lot more because it can get down to freezing in here, but it is very, very cool. Hey boys. Get my babbling ass out here. One of the things that this new card allows me to do, at least with greater ease than my older one, is to try to do some streaming. Now, everybody is streaming nowadays instead of making videos, it seems like. And a lot of that is because YouTube is being a butt about everything. I mean, I know some people that are getting their channel busted on almost a weekly basis busted as in like prevented to stream and demonetized and just a whole bunch of bullshit. And I mean, they're getting it on a daily basis, and it's just like, why? So they just resort to going to Twitch, where the bullshit isn't as bad as YouTube is. But yeah, I might do some streaming. Kind of have to look into the settings for it, and you know what speeds work best with my cable setup. And I'll do a little bit of gaming where everybody can play, as in like the Jackbox games. And then I'll do some gameplay where it's just like you watch, I play. Which I've never been much of a spectator. But hey, some are and some aren't, you know? Yay, 36 skill points. Which means I can do some upgrades. Oh, what's more important? Weaponsmithing, toolsmithing. Wait a minute. That's the one I'm looking for, isn't it? Now, I think all I'll do is toolsmithing, since I use this the most anyway. And buy that one. I got 12 points. We'll save the rest. It is getting swelteringly hot in here. And this is even after I've turned the fan, that's a box fan on my computer, turn it on, because I had it off for the last episode. And I'm tempted to turn on the one that's up there to kind of circulate the air around a little bit. It's supposed to get cooler this week before it gets hot again, but you know, this is Michigan. You don't like the weather, you wait 5 minutes. So I think we'll just get this batch of stone right over here, the ones that we can see in the immediate area anyway. And we'll head back to base and see how the recharging is going, how the production is going with the forge, and how tools are being done at the workbench. I've got a whole bunch, I mean almost all of my gas is being converted into barrels for compression of space. And where did I park? There we go. And you can also tell that ride on the motorbike is a little bit better, a little bit smoother now. That's kind of nice. It's still jagged, but I think it's part of the game. You know, the unoptimizations. And also my computer, you know, a lot of this is also put on the CPU, so it's not all the video card's fault. And that's my computer locking up. Alright, so first things first, let's go check the batteries. Okay, that's pretty good for 9 o'clock in the morning. Very good. Okay, so we need to get 5 batteries of 600 quality to finish up the battery banks. It's not a top priority right now because we've got kind of like other things I wanted to work on. Ooh, I already got enough stone. I guess we could put the surplus in here. Oh, we got that. Getting a nice little stockpile of nitrate and some eggs. I hear you, Pam. Right there. All right. So that's coming along. See, one of the things I want to work on is getting the interiors of all these converted over to steel. Now, I did have some zombies come up on me off camera, and I think there was a body you saw over by the door, but yeah, I got to get this lined in steel and this lined in steel. I think this is, yeah, okay, so I need to get just these two lined in steel. I need to get the ramps too. So that'll probably be work on tomorrow. Also, I need to work on a garden and try to get you know, some crops to live off of. And I think we got, let's see what we got for seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's something missing. Oh, it's cotton. So we'll have a full complement of seeds. Let's see, finish that up. Okay, so all these we'll have for the garden. I'll need to make like a couple extra stuff, but no big thing. Let's see, what else am I missing? There's hop seeds. The tree farm I'm not too terribly worried about. And I really don't need these, I just need the pine seeds. And that should be about it. Okay. And come back out here. For some reason, there we go. You look straight up, it's getting 90 frames per second. Off camera, it would be 150 at one point. And I don't know if that's because of the lack of clouds or what, but anyways, I'm done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do check out the links in the description box below. And until next time, see you later. Twitch.